Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to make this crochet cabled cowl. This one is for more of a child or a small adult, but you can get the pattern above for other sizes. Without further ado, let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to teach you guys how to make this really cute cowl. It's a crochet cable cowl, and it's going to go with the hat that I made about a year ago. You can go to the iCard above here and you can get the link for that hat if you want to have the set. So let's go ahead and get our materials. Today we need a size K crochet hook. This is my crochet hook that I got from Hobby Lobby. It's a Yarnology crochet hook, but I don't know that they're making them or selling them anymore. And I've looked all over the place and can't find them. So if you know of a place where I can get some more, please let me know in the comment section below. I'm also going to be using this Mainstays yarn in white. And the reason for the white is because, number one, the last time I made a cable hat, I actually used a really dark purple, and it did not show up well on camera. So I'm going to go ahead and use the lightest color I can find today, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is start out with our slip knot. And guys, I'm going to make this a really fast video today. The reason this video doesn't need to be very long is because basically we're just making the body of the hat in the other video, minus the band. And we're just not going to connect it at the top. Okay, so let's go ahead and make our slip knot. And for this pattern, we're going to chain 60. Also, if you want to, what you can do is make a chainless foundation of 60 double crochets if you choose to do that instead. Okay, so just like the hat, this cowl is going to be made in the round. And what we're going to do is find the very end of our chain down here. Make sure that your chain, if you've chained, that it's not twisted. At this point, if you did the chainless foundation, go ahead and join your round, and then go ahead and chain 2. Let's find our space down here and put our hook right through that very last spot and slip stitch to that area. And then let's make sure that our chain is nice and straight, because these can get twisted very easily. Okay, so mine is nice and straight. And then go ahead and chain 2. This chain 2 acts as the very first double crochet of our round. And so in the next space over, we're going to go ahead and make 1 double crochet, and then we're going to make 1 double crochet in every chain space around to the end. So go ahead and make 1 double crochet in every space around, and I will meet you at the end. Okay, so here we are at the very end, and I'm about to make this very last double crochet in this very last space here, which will give me exactly 60 double crochets. And then we're going to go ahead and connect up here between these 2 posts here. We're going to join the row. All right, now we're going to go ahead and chain 2, and then around the next post we're going to make 1 back post double crochet. Okay, so this is our setup row. We are going to make front post double crochets and back post double crochets in this row so that we are ready for the next row, which is our cable row. So go ahead and make that back post double crochet if you haven't. And then around each of the next 4 posts, we're going to make 1 front post double crochet. And then we're going to make 2 back post double crochets. So we'll go ahead and make 4 front post double crochets. 2 back post double crochets, and then we're just going to alternate this pattern, 2 back post double crochets, 4 front post double crochets, and you're going to do that continuously throughout the row. And at the very end, the very last 4 over here are going to be front post double crochets, because the following will be back posts. And so at the end, you'll make the last front post double crochets and connect between your 2 posts here, your 2 back post double crochets, and I will meet you at that spot. Okay, so I finished the last 4 front post double crochets, and now I'm going to connect my row between these 2 posts here with a slip stitch. Okay, this is what your work should look like so far. Then you're going to chain 2, and this is the cable row. Go ahead and make a back post double crochet around the back post double crochet here. And now we're going to use front post triple crochets. First thing we're going to do is yarn over twice, skip the first 2 posts, and around the 3rd post here we're going to make our first front post triple crochet. And again around the next post. And we're going to yarn over twice, and then go back to the very first one that we skipped here and work that front post triple crochet there, and then yarn over twice, and then do your final front post triple crochet around that next one that you skipped, and your first cable is made. Now we're going to move back down here to the back post double crochets. We're going to make 2 back post double crochets, and then we're going to make another cable. Front post triple crochet around the 3rd post, front post triple crochet around the 4th post, around the 1st, and then the 2nd. And then we're going to make 2 back post double crochets here, and then that's what you're going to do. I'm going to have you guys go ahead and work this row by yourselves, make the cables, make your back post double crochets all the way around, and I'll meet you over here at the end of the row. Okay, so here I am at the end of this row, and I'm going to go ahead and connect my row here. I've already finished this last cable. So I'm going to go ahead and join my row and chain 2. And now what we're going to do is work these cables with front post double crochets, and we're going to do our back post double crochets. Like I said, it's just exactly identical to the hat, the body of the hat, minus the band. So remember to work these 2 in the back first, 1, 2. And then these 2 in the front, 1, 2. And then do your back post double crochets. And then work your cable the same way, these 2 here and then these 2. And remember, we're just making front post double crochets this row. We've already gotten the length on the stitches that we needed the row before, so we don't need triple crochets this time around. Do 2 back post double crochets, work your cable, 2 in the back and then the 2 in front, and then you're going to continue this all the way around. Work your cables, work your back post double crochets, and then work the final cable, and then I will meet you at the end. Okay, so here we are at the end of the row, and we're going to go ahead and connect here, connect our row between these 2 posts. Now we've joined And then what we're going to do is do the exact same thing we just did. We're going to go ahead and chain 2. Make our first back post double crochet here. And then we're going to work these posts from right to left, or from left to right if you're left-handed. And then work your back post double crochets here. Work your cable. Now that we've worked the other row, all of our cable stitches are sticking up a bit higher, so it's easier to work them. And then our back post double crochets, and this is all we're going to do. So what you're going to do is finish this row on your own, and then I will meet you the last cable. Okay, so here we are at the end of the row. I've just finished this part of the cable. I'm going to go ahead and join my work, and then chain 2, and then we are going to do the exact same thing we just did the last 2 rows. So according to the pattern, the way that I have it written is that row number 3 is the cable row, and then you're going to have rows 4, 5, and then 6, which will give the height of the cable before we go back to a row 7 where we're going to repeat the row 3 cable row. So let's go ahead and do one more row of exactly what we just did, and we will be done with the growth of these cables, and then we will go on to another cable row when we're finished. So go ahead and finish this row on your own because you already know what you're doing, and I will see you at the end of this row. Alright, so here we are at the end of this row. We're going to go ahead and join our row between those 2 posts. Alright, so we are at the end of the growth of our cable. So what I want to do now is I'm actually going to bring out this measuring tape, so I want to show you guys what we're going to do. So let's say that you put this around the head here, okay, and you want to know how many rows to do. So for a small cowl, you're going to want about 8 inches from the beginning of the scarf here, about here to about here. For a medium, you're probably going to want to go up to about a 10, and for a large, about 12. Now this is my idea. This would make this a really squishy, comfy, you know, wearable scarf. So it's completely up to you. If you don't want something that thick, that's fine. I would say don't take it more than 8 inches. That should give the neck full coverage, not an issue. If you want it a little bit longer so you can kind of stuff it down inside of your top of your jacket or a sweater or something, I would go at least up to 10 or 12. So again, it's completely and totally up to you. I'm probably going to do mine up to between 10 and 12. I like my scarves a little bit chunkier, especially if I go up north. So that is what I am going to do. So I'm going to leave you to it. And as I said at the beginning of this video, if you want the written pattern for this, you can go ahead and go to my Etsy store and pick it up, or you can go back to the beginning of the video where the introduction is and go to the iCard and click the link there, and it'll take you right there. The link is also in the description of this video. So you guys go ahead and finish, take it as high as you want it, and I will see you when I finish mine. Okay, you guys, so welcome to the end. Right now what I am doing is adding in a row 3, which is the cable row, and I'm going to finish this off because I want to show you guys exactly what to do. What you want to do is this side of your cowl, you want to match exactly this side of your cowl so that it's nice and symmetrical. So what you're going to do is make a row 3 here. You'll notice that I changed to my size K clover hook. So you're going to finish off here with the row 3 cable row, and then you're going to go ahead and make 2 more rows and of course that will be row 4 and a row 5. After you finish row 5, you are done. So far my cowl, let me finish this really quick. So far my cowl is just about 8 inches. So by the time I get my other 2 rows in, it'll be about 8.5 to 9 inches long. I did mention that I wanted to take it up to 12, but the only difference is, okay, so for example, on my cowl, because I'm using this particular yarn, it's not quite as squishy of a yarn as, like, say, the I Love This brand yarn. This yarn here is a lot more, I want to say, pliable, and it's a little bit more wearable, really. So I mean, if you make this, you're going to want to probably get something that's a little bit more soft, a little more squishy, that you can, so you can make it more wearable. And I would take it to maybe 9 inches, maybe 10 inches. This right here is the smaller, and I'm basically just teaching you how to make it. In the pattern, it'll have 2 more sizes. So if you make the bigger one so that it's out to here like this, and it's a little bit more wide around the neck, you can get away with making it longer, and it'll be really thick and really squishy. You can hide it down inside your jacket and have plenty of warmth around the neck where, like, the air doesn't get through. So anyway, go ahead and finish off the row 3 if you haven't done so yet, and then make the other 2 rows, the rows 4 and 5, and then I will meet you at the end of row 5. I also wanted to share with you guys that you can go up to like a size MN, or like a size N hook, if you wanted to go up to a size 5 weight yarn as well, and that will actually wind up making your cowl thicker and really super chunky. And I've actually made one of those before. They come out beautifully. So, and I would also make it with the larger size on the pattern. So I just want to go ahead and share that with you guys really quickly. If you don't want to use a size 4 worsted weight yarn, you don't have to. Okay, so here I am at the very end of that row 5, and I'm about to join my row here. Now what I want to show you is this. You're going to notice that it seems like it's really narrow here, and that it's really long this way. Mine's almost like a square. What I want to show you is that just because it seems narrow this way doesn't mean that it won't fit. Now I will say that this is probably made for more of a petite adult, but it does fit me as well, and I'm not a small lady. So the 60 double crochets across is also the exact same amount that you need for the band of a hat. Now keeping in mind that the top of a head is actually much wider than a neck. So when you put this on, it'll go over your head and you'll have to pull it down. But this should sit around the neck very well. Now with a nice loose yarn like the I Love This yarn, this is more squishy. So I think that this kind of yarn probably will work better for you when it comes to this type of a cowl. I do have one of these, not cabled, but I do have a cowl similar to this that I actually wear when I go north to help keep the chill off, and it works perfectly fine for me. So one thing that you can do is this can be folded down and worn like this as well. Another thing that you can do is turn this inside out if you don't like the feel of the yarn against your skin for whatever reason. And on the wrong side, you can add material like Sherpa to the inside. You would get enough of a yardage of the material, and then you would cut it, making sure that it's the same width here, and then you would start it here, go across, measure, and then what you'll do is you'll measure this and double it, and then you'll cut your material to fit exactly that same measurement, and then you'll bring it in here and you'll sew it around, all the way around on that side, and then sew it all the way around on this side as well with a regular needle and regular thread, and you're good to go. So that'll give you a nice different type of cowl as well, something that gives you a little bit more softness, and then you could really get away with using this type of yarn, no problem. So anyway, what we're going to do is finish this off. Okay, so one thing we'll need to do now is get our scissors and our needle, and remember to always keep those around with you because you're going to need them for every project. Alright, so you cut your yarn and then you just grab it and pull it through a couple times like that. Pull it tight, make your little knot, and then I like to keep my needles in a little pill bottle. Makes it easy for me. Even have a pair of scissors in there that fit. Okay, so you'll go ahead and thread this and then hide your yarn. Okay, and then you want to hide this on the underside or the wrong side of your work. So just bring your needle through, and you want something more pointy like this one because you don't want anything that's going to be more dull. You're going to have a harder time getting it in your stitches. So you just bring it through. I bring it through the middle of my stitches. Helps to hide it easier. And then I'm going to take it down these front post double crochets here. Bring it through. And then I come up a little bit further to the side here, not in the same spot that I came out, but I'm going to go ahead and push it right back up there through that spot, a little bit, like I said, a little bit to the side. That way there's a few fibers in between. And then one more time, bring it over here maybe. And then just go down, and then that's good. And then cut off your excess without cutting your work. Don't forget you have another one on this side, and then do the exact same thing. Go ahead and find that one place that you can go in, and then using those front post double crochets, go ahead and just bring that yarn down through the stitches very gently. Don't pull too tightly or tug on it too much, or you'll kind of mess the stitches up. And then one more time around here, leaving a couple fibers in between, and then snip off the excess, and guess what? You're done. Now, as I said before, this will fit a petite adult, a child. These are great for kids actually, especially for school, and they don't get caught on anything. So like say your kids are at recess or something outside, you know, they're doing something or playing, and they need to have their winter items on. Scarves can get caught on things, so and it can cause choking or like strangling. So these cowls are actually pretty perfect for children, and I would highly recommend them. One of the things that you can do here too is just kind of help relax your fibers of your yarn here by just pulling on them. It's not going to hurt them at all, and it will squish up your yarn for you as well, and it makes it a whole lot easier for wearing. So this is how you want to kind of relax the yarn a little bit. You can also put it in water and then shape it the way you want it, and then let it sit out and dry after you've kind of squished it out with a towel, and you're good to go. Like I said, you can put some material on the inside and it works just as beautifully, and it covers up the back side of your work, and it makes a wonderful gift. Thank you guys so much for watching today. If you have any questions, you can always leave those questions below in the comment section, or you can send me an email at fibertheory@yahoo.com. If you like this video today, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing so that you can get all of the brand new tutorials in the future. Also, just to let you guys know, I will be on the very second week of January, I will be teaching beginners knitting. So I hope you guys will come back for that. Obviously, you'll need some knitting needles, and you'll need to have some time to sit down and practice. So I hope you guys will come back, and that you'll watch that the first week of January, the Friday, which is January 3rd. We're going to have a live broadcast. It's kind of a Q&A. You guys can ask questions. You guys can leave comments. You can ask for help in patterns, you know, whatever it is pertaining to fiber theory, and I will help you as much as I can and answer all the questions that you guys bring to me, and we can kind of just chat. So anyway, y'all, I hope you have a really wonderful weekend. I hope you had a great Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or whatever you celebrate this time of the year. Have a wonderful new year, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and for all the latest updates on future projects, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at the handle @FiberTheory. Remember to subscribe and hit that bell icon for all future project notifications. Have a great day.